Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan, and today I have something a little bit different for you. In this video, I'm going to be walking through some of my favorite things to use in my Hobonichi planners. I've been kind of wanting to do this video for a while, but I finally got everything kind of organized and pulled together, and just decided to sit down and get it filmed for you. So I know for me, when I first started using Hobonichi, the paper can be a little bit finicky. It's that Tomoe River paper, and it definitely has a learning curve with it as far as what you can use to write on it and stuff like that. Yeah, I thought this might be helpful, and I hope that it is. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I wanted to talk about, just kind of talking about writing here, we'll just go with these first. These are the Hobonichi pencil boards, and I have one in each size. So I've got the A6, the Weeks, and the A5. And I really love these because, and you don't have to buy a pencil board. You can make one very easily. I've done it myself. You can make your own pencil board just using like a laminate sheet and running it through. You can leave it plain if you want. You can decorate it. You can put scrapbook paper in there. You can decorate it with vinyl stickers or anything that you want to do. Very cost effective. These are not super expensive. I think they're under $10 a piece, and you can get them on the Hobonichi website. You can also get them on JetPens. I think Amazon has them. I can't remember if these are in my favorites list that I have on Amazon, but I'll have that linked below for you. And then what I thought I would do as well, because a lot of the stuff you can get on Amazon, a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about, so I thought I might make like a separate list just for Hobonichi favorite items or something like that. So I'll do that too, and then just save that as a separate list and put that below too if you want to check that out. Just kind of thought it might be a little bit easier to access that. So yeah, so I love pencil boards because I tend to write I have like a heavy hand when I write, and so I have a heavy foot when I drive too, so that's not surprising. But anywho, when I write, I tend to write kind of heavy and leave indentions in the paper. It doesn't bother me a lot, but sometimes it does. So I use a pencil board to avoid that. And what you want to do is, so let me flip this open here. So what you want to do is, I learned this trick a long time ago, and I can't remember where I saw it, probably in like one of the Hobonichi Facebook groups, but you don't want to put the pencil board directly behind the one that you're working on. Well, let me just preface this first of all. You can if you want. You can do whatever you want. For me personally, this is what I do. I put it a couple pages back because, so when I use some of the pens on here, so like any of them, honestly, but something smaller, like this is the Muji 0.05 gel pen, or yeah, with the clicker on the end of it, or like a pencil. When I use that, something that is very fine tip, for me, when I'm writing, it feels very scratchy, and I feel like I can't write smoothly. It just drives me crazy. So if I put it a couple pages back, it tends to not do that. I feel like I have a smoother writing experience versus putting it right behind the page. And then the indentions on the back of the page are not as bad either, as when if you don't use a pencil board, it'll leave indentions on the back page. So, but anyway, if you just pop it in there a couple of pages back, it really helps with being able to write smoother. So that's my little tip for that. So pencil boards are the first thing. And then kind of going along with that, with writing, kind of touched on this a little bit already, but some of the things that I use to write in my Hobonichi planners. So very, yeah, this is very broad. So I have fountain pens. I have the Eco, so this is, I love this pen, first of all. It's beautiful. It writes amazing. I love how it feels. It's beautiful. So I have that one that I love. And it holds a ton of ink too, which is nice. Then I have my little Kaweco Sport, which I also love. And I just have, this one has like a pinkish color ink in it. And then this one has like a really dark charcoal, which I'm actually out of. So I need to order some more. And I think I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. Anywho, so those are my fountain pens that I love to use in my planners. Now, if you go on to Jet Pens, they have a ton of information, and I'll actually put a link below for you. They have a ton of information if you want to learn about fountain pens. They'll help you, like, you know, where do you start? They've got videos about how to clean them, how to refill the ink, a ton of information, super helpful. And they also have, like, they'll make suggestions for you if you want about different pens that you might want to try. These two are relatively inexpensive. I bought this one for myself. This is the, like I said, the TWSBI Eco. I bought this one for myself when I met a pretty nice goal that I had been trying to meet for a while last year. So I bought that as a little celebration to myself. And I think I got this one on eBay for $60. And because they don't make the pink one anymore. And then this one I just got on Jet Pens, and I think it was $19, I believe. So, and then some of the other writing utensils that I love, a good pencil. So this is the Tombow monograph pencil. And I wish that the lead was thicker because it's super tiny. But what do you do? You can't change the lead size out. So it's nice. It has the twisty eraser at the top, so you never lose that. But speaking of erasers, I got this in some Happy Mail from Pocket Journal Pam, and it's just a massive eraser, and it has a little smiley face on the end, which I think is adorable. Anywho, I keep that in my pencil pouch too, just because, yeah, sometimes honestly, I forget that this eraser is here. So, and this erases really nicely, which is kind of surprising. Sometimes, you know, erasers don't do a great job, but the eraser that comes on there is fine. So, anywho, so yeah, this I got in some Happy Mail as well. So, very nice weighted mechanical pencil, not, you know, not inexpensive, not cheap. So I like that. And then, speaking of cheap, okay, so this is the Bic Crystal. And you guys remember these? I mean, I used these in high school, and I loved them then, and I just recently rediscovered them. And I almost feel like I might get struck by lightning if I say this out loud. But I feel like this is my favorite pen right now. And that is the strangest thing. I never thought I would hear myself say that, but I love it. And it's so cheap. You know, I was thinking the other day, I was like, you know, I wish that they would do a little bit higher quality version of these, and I would gladly pay more. Just something that was a little bit heavier. These are very, very light. When you're used to heavier pens, like, you know, the fountain pens, or even this pencil weighs like 6 times more than this pen. It's just a big adjustment. It's different. It's very, very different. So anywho, I was just thinking that would be great if they could come out with, you know, the same refill or the same writing instrument on the inside, just upgrade the pen. I don't know the correct terms, but the actual pen body, the lid, you know, just give it a little zhuzh, make it a little fancy. But anywho, love these. Love, love, love. And then the last pen that I am really into right now that I would not be caught without is the Muji gel pen. And this, like I said, is the clicker. And 0.05 is the size of this one. You know, it says it's a gel ink ballpoint pen. So yeah, I don't know. It takes a little bit longer to dry on the Tomoe River paper, so you have to be very aware of that. But what I found, honestly, is that so many of the pens, this Bic Crystal doesn't have a dry time, right? Because it's not a gel, but any type of gel ink or even the fountain pen inks will take just a minute to dry. So the one I have in here, which I cannot remember the name of it right now, it dries pretty quickly, but you still don't want to like go over it, you know, right away. The other thing with this ink that I found, which now that I'm ready to get a new ink, I'm gonna try one. I can't remember the name of it, but it's one that was recommended in the Hobonichi Facebook group like a bajillion times. It dries really, really super quickly, and you can highlight over it, because in my purse planner, my little A6 purse planner that I use, if I write on the paper and then try to highlight over it, even if I wait, it'll still sometimes smear. So that drives me insane. So I'm gonna try that other ink and see how that works. But yeah, so that's my pen collection for my favorites on the Tomoe River paper. And then the next thing on the list here are markers. So I have a variety of markers here that I keep in my pen pouch. Actually, I have the black one, not the orange one, but I pulled this one out because my black one is up on my desk. And I keep the rest of them down here. Anywho, getting sidetracked. But yeah, so I keep these in my pen pouch just to have on hand. So the first one is the Staedtler Tri Plus Fine Liner. This is in a dark gray. I also have the lighter gray, and when I was in Nostalgia, I would use that to make my weeks because it wasn't a super hard line. But I like this darker gray one too. So I've got that. Dries really quickly. And then I have, which I think these two are the same, N75. Oh no, they're a little bit different. N75 and N65 on the Tombow markers. So if you want a really good gray, these are perfect. They're like a neutral gray, and they won't pull like purple or blue. I have these set of the mild liners, and the gray that comes in there, I use it in my family calendar, my purse planner, to highlight like family events that we have, but that's the only place that I use it because it tends to pull a little bit of a wonky color. It's almost like a greenish blue. It's weird. But in that one, it doesn't bother me. So I use that one in there. But otherwise, I'll use the Tombow marker in gray, whichever one. And then I have the clean dot markers, which I love these, you guys. And I just recently rediscovered them in my Hobonichi Weeks that I'm using for my wellness planner. They're really great because you can customize the size of the circle just by the pressure that you use. And they have a ton of colors, which is really nice. And then it also has the fine liner on the end. So you'll also be able to use that for any of you can write with it if you want, or any type of, like, you want to draw out a box or whatever. So you have the fine liner on one side, which is a 0.5, and then you've got the circle on the other end. So these are amazing and I love them. And then I kind of already talked about these a little bit, but the mild liners, I love the brush pens. I have the actual highlighters with the chisel tip, but I don't use those near as often as I do the brush pens. So these are also double pointed. So you've got the fine point on the end. And I don't know if you can even see these. Yeah, that's okay. Anywho, I had to stand up a little bit so I could kind of see what I'm doing here. But it's nice because it comes with the marker on one end, or the finer point on one end, and then the highlighter on the, or the brush pen on the other. So use these a ton. Would not want to not be able to have those. And then, like I was talking about with these, the Papermate Flares, these are super fun. They come in like a bajillion colors, and they actually have, these are the smaller tip ones, the medium, but then they also have the bigger ones, which are nice. They have scented ones, which are kind of fun. But I love to use these to write with in my planner, like the weekly or daily pages. And then in my Hobonichi weeks, I'll use them in there too. It's just kind of fun to add a little bit of color. And they do come in so many different colors, so you can match them to the stickers you're using. Just kind of fun and really inexpensive. So you can get these at Walmart. And they have, like I was saying, the black as well, which is nice, just to have that as just a good old marker. All right, so those are the markers I love. And then the next thing I just wanted to touch on are tabs. So my setup for 2023, I have been kind of on the fence about as far as the tabs for the months, but I do have some floating tabs in here now. I have the today one and the this week one, which must be upstairs. But anywho, the school one back here for our homeschool calendar. And then those are just floating tabs that hook over the page, you know, that kind. And you can move them around. But what I also like to do is make removable tabs. And I do have a video where I showed how I made the tabs. So I'll put that in the cards for you if you want to check that out. But I love Avery repositionable tabs. I have, and then I also have Post-it, the Post-it brand. So that's, these two are Post-it. So is this one. And then I have a ton of the Avery tabs. Let me kind of get these pulled apart here. So what I love about these is that you can write directly on them, or you can put stickers on them if you want, like a script sticker to make your own tab, which I might end up having to do with my monthly tabs because I still don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use yet. But I have, these are like a thinner kind of page flag, which I love. And these are thicker, so they're going to be more, just a little more sturdy. And then these are just the same as this, just a little bit different design on the ends. And I showed in the video that I made how I will take these and I just cut the colored part off, customize it to the size I need, which I have a couple examples of those here. So I've got these little bow tabs from Shine Sticker Studio, and I just cut down so you can just see the different sizes here. Let me get this and show you. So you've got these two sizes here, and these are made from these tabs. You just cut the colored part off, and then I put them in my corner rounder, which is very tricky because it's very small, but it can be done. And then this one I just left with the straight edges because it was way too small to fit in there. So yeah, that video will be in the cards for you guys if you want to check it out. But I will take these and just utilize different stickers that I want, and then they don't go to waste, right? And they're not permanent. So I need to put these back in my planner, but I use them to mark, like, you know, the page I'm on for that day, or I'll use them to mark a specific list that I made that I want to be able to go back and find. It is just, you know, kind of whatever you want to do. So these are Planner Press bow tabs, and so that's where the black one came from, and then the hollow one as well. And then of course I talked about the mini bow tabs from Shine Sticker Studio. It's this one. And the thing I like about the repositionable is that, like I said, you can move them around and they're not permanent. So if you're like me, it's the idea of putting down even these bow stickers, you know, I don't know, it just kind of stresses me out. So if I put one down on here, I can move it around to wherever I want, and then I don't feel like I'm, you know, I have to use it on that page only, and I can move it around to where I wanted to. So it's just kind of nice. And then as far as monthly stickers, I have a little bit of a collection going. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I love these monthly stickers from Shine Sticker Studio, and I have 2 left. They redesigned them a little bit, and I had these left over because every time I would place an order, I would buy some because I knew, you know, eventually they're going to quit making them, right? And they did. So I wanted to be able to have some on hand. And I may end up using those this year. I don't know. I was just wanting something a little bit more subtle. And then I have a couple from the Coffee Monsters Co. These are the mini monthly tabs. She also has the larger ones, but she's got some that have the months already on them, and then some that are blank, so you can write whatever you want. So a variety of those. And then Mandy Lynn Plans has her tabs as well, which these are new this year. And I went ahead and grabbed the neutral set. And I just haven't put them, I don't know. I don't know if that's what I want to use. So I'm very, very indecisive this year, and it's bugging me. So I need to make a decision. And then these are really cute. These were in a little bundle that you could get from Shine Sticker Studio. And we just have all the different colors there. But the reason that so those are just kind of fun. But anywho, those are some of my favorite tabs from different shops that I love to buy from. So planner tabs, they're really, really nice. And the thing too is that you can use these and write on them. You'll need to use like a Sharpie or something, but you can write on them and put them in your planner. So like I was kind of saying before, if I wanted to write down a Christmas list or something, I could write Christmas list here and pop it onto the page, and then I'll be able to find it, you know, quicker if I needed to access that. So just kind of some different ideas for you for tabs, as far as all the options, because there's a ton. And like I said, I love me some Avery tabs. So I have like every one that they design, I think. All right, and then tools. Got a ruler around here. Okay, so my tools that I use a lot. Oh, one other one. It's in my planner here. Okay, so I've got these little tools here that I love. Wouldn't be without. A good pair of scissors. These are from Cricut. They came with a set that my kids got me. It has the tweezers and like a weeding tool, and then these scissors, and they are super sharp. So a good pair of scissors. Tweezers. So I have this pair that came with this the scissors here, but I have misplaced them, so I need to find them. But regular tweezers, these are like from Walmart or somewhere, I don't even know, just plain old tweezers. These help you when you put down stickers like date dots or anything that's kind of smaller. A lot of times I like to use the tweezers because the oils from our hands will get on the stickers, and sometimes they make them not stick as well. So the tweezers are really nice, and then you can get them, get the stickers put down exactly where you want. So I like that. And then a ruler. This is from the Coffee Monsters Co. I love this ruler because it is very, very thin, but strong. So you can see it does have some flexibility to it, but it's very thin, and I love that. So when I'm cutting stickers, like sometimes I'll just use this because it's a very sharp edge, and I'll just use this and just tear the sticker, or washi, same with washi, and then a washi card. I'll do the same with that too. This is a little bit thicker, so sometimes you'll get like the edge will get a little bit torn, but it's not a super huge deal. But I use both of these to cut washi and stickers, and then you can also use these for to hold washi, which I think is what they're intended for. and then keep them in your planner if you want to have some washi on the go. So those are my tools. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on are watercolors. And I know that a lot of times I'll use these in my journals, but I also love to use them in my planner and on the daily pages specifically, because I may not want to go through and like do a bunch of stickers and stuff on the daily pages, especially because I don't use them a ton, but I love to have a little bit of color on the page. So I've had these for a couple years now, and they're just from Arteza, and got them from Amazon. I love them because they're very good quality for the money. I think I paid $45 maybe, but you get a ton of colors, and yeah, they're really nice. And then that comes with the little card here, so you can do a swatch as well, which is nice. So the thing that I love about these is I've had watercolors, cheaper ones from Walmart, and they tend to feel chalky on the paper, and that's like a texture thing to me. I can't do that. So these don't feel like that at all. They're very, very soft. Like I really don't even notice. I can't feel them really on the page. So, and you can write over them, which is nice. You want to make sure that you have like a gel pen or something. I don't know if like a ballpoint pen would work. I probably would not use a fountain pen on it, just because I wouldn't want the any residue from the watercolors to get onto the nib of the fountain pen. But I think people do that. I think either that or I don't know. I think people use fountain pens on watercolor. I don't know. It just kind of makes me nervous. So anywho, but yeah, grab a little set of watercolors, and you can actually use them to add some color to anything you want. The monthly pages are really cute, the daily pages. So just kind of something different and decorative. So, all right. So that's going to wrap it up for my little Hobonichi favorites. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in a comment below, and I'll get back to you. So, all right, guys, I really appreciate you watching and for being here and all your support. It means a lot to me. All right, have a good day. Bye.